Okay, good. Okay, alright, better itself. So, hello guys, and Tasso here, and welcome to the 7th part of Pyre. So last time, I think we finally got our last party member, sort of. Last final party member, which is Wolfred. We met Aurelak. Did we meet Aurelak last episode? God, it's been a while, I forgot. So much has happened. Alright, the week has been busy, so anyway. Apologies for starting late. I fell asleep very late, so I woke up very late. Yeah, so that's how it goes. Don't sleep at like 4 AM, folks, because you're going to wake up late for sure. Okay, anyway, so enough dawdling. Let's continue with the campaign. Karino Pauk. Don't want to talk to me. Oh, Fizo. Fizo has seemed somewhat less cheerful since his run-in with Lando and the accusers. He approaches you, wanting for you to hear him out. Fizo seems unhappy about something Lando said to him. Fizo understands full well why Lando is angry with him. While Tizo does not like Lando as a person, he recognizes nonetheless that he denied his freedom. It was a liberation rite. He did what he felt was necessary. He wanted to help his friend go free. Nonetheless, he still feels a certain guilt and regrets that the rites force exiles into such situations. He falls silent for a while. Whether the 8 scrubs ever intended for imps such as he to participate in the rites firsthand is difficult to know for certain. Then, Tizo is grateful to you for listening. He knows the scribes created the rites with good intentions. He promises to keep doing his best to live up to the legacy of the scribes. He bounds up into the rafters with some of the other drive imps. Regardless of whether he truly is a descendant of Hawub the Swallow, surely the scribes would have been proud of him. Endriga the Widow. The boundless sea of Solidus and the blackened star are all what remains of the Blood Titan, Endriga. After this one's exile, he was joined by many of his bravest worm knights who awakened the Blood Titan inevitably, researching the downside's murky depths. Endriga was most displeased to see a hibernation end, and vowed to 4 ages of torment on us and on our sea dominion. Our assault was grander than can be described, and lasted days and days and days. The noblest of worm knights fell upon her massive form as waves which dashed themselves against the rocks. Our resolve eventually exceeded hers as she collapsed into the seas and disappeared. This one alone remained to tell of it. The accusers form under Galontian. He is a big man. He values justice, loyalty, steadfastness. Galontian, he says that the accusers take their name from one of his most accomplished legions from his former military days. All among them, in fact, served the Master General at one time. They represent the stoutest hearted people of the Empire, who held true to Mur and Galontian to the end. The golden colors of their raiment are reminiscent of their old shining armor, which is clay. Ever shall they seek out those with the truest spirits and the strongest sense of purpose to replenish their ranks. Nightwing, Chastity, Essence, Withdrawn, Fate, the Accusers. Freedom the 1st of 10 Moon, 837 AM. Wolfred asks that I take notes for him after each rite. Henceforth, he indicates the cycle of the rites appears to be accelerated even faster now. We likely shall be summoned to the Fall Solium again very soon. I love how, like, once I take over, I think the notes become really cynical. if I'm correct. For having prevailed more than a trial combine the fires of the right to forsake the scratch for a profane monster, corrupt the opportunities who need to use the right for selfish gain. Chaotic firebrand, unconcerned about what is at stake. Once known for their spirit and bravery, now a craven laughingstock. Alright, let's continue. Again return to the alchemia hidden in the storm. I have met very few who know of it all, much less have looked upon the stone and sand. The disconcerting tales of the demise of Kamer rope collar, who made its end here on the owl, the imps that swarm and breed across the place today seem to not mind. Having paid witness to the rites firsthand, they have become rather obsessed with it. I sometimes wonder if it is more difficult to conduct the rites with such a boisterous audience. May the essence find their way shortly, so that the imps may have the contest they desire. Let's stand here. Do some vocations. Explore shop show. Wait. Is there anything else? Can you talk to me? No? Okay. Talk to me, Sandra. We can still be friends. We spent a quiet afternoon in the dark waters of Sharp Shoal, surveying the area with some of your companions. Our search produces nothing of import. Nothing here either. Whatever lives out here won't bother us. Your investigation yields nothing of note. The three of you return to the wagon for the remainder of the day, where you should have the time to pursue your vocations. Yes, Bertrude. You approach Bertrude just as she is finished polishing the various bottles, flasks, and vials that your fellow exiles have collected during your travel through the downside. The evidence of Thai travels, how brazenly ye put them on display. Ye attempt this length to swallow ye. He lets out a long breath. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of this land, but of the country whence we came. Know, reading one, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and in exchange we found agreeable. We sought then certain reagents necessary to our studies of the heavens and the earth, and he knew where to procure them. In exchange, we were to boil for him our finest inks, a certain recipe, notorious, yet secret. The stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth disliked it. 'Twas then we first began collecting samples of the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long ago we had studied this accursed place, Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bog with flagging hands. Land so far away, and yet they called to us. If molten Milty was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore, but she hesitates. It matters not, reading one. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of the past with Wolfred, yet you sense that she is here by choice. Ooh. Pisa, she was born on the 22nd of second moon, suggesting she is introspective and thoughtful. Alchemist. Conspiracy, she was accomplice to an illegal stepping press operation, providing inks and other materials. Insurrection, the record said that she demonstrated a willful disregard for Commonwealth doctrine. Only 21 years. I thought it might be longer than that, honestly. If you need someone curse or guarantees of fortune on the big day, or the consort of elder patrons such as often unburied or Morse's Needle Eyes. You would go see Big Bertrude. He was one of the most infamous alchemists of the day and held her trade right under the Commonwealth's nose without regard. Ironically, it was a modest sounding request for printing inks that ultimately got her into trouble, resulting in her exile. On the downside, her reputation preceded her as she resumed her practice. Often unburied. He died for repenting and did not linger in his grave for very long at all. Morse's Needle Eyes. It is widely held that nothing beneath the heavens is beneath his notice. Alright, let's forage. Celestial Residue, Self and Ron. Coral Bits. All of Kima. Cometa in the Athens. A messenger in with news and rumors from the other side somehow tracks you down in the murky waters of Deathless Tempest. The Im's message pertains to Tay, who was liberated at the Fall of Solium, and whose past transgressions have all been forgiven since her return to the Commonwealth. Learned that she was taken in by a well-to-do foster family and was to be given private schooling of the highest order in the Astralis tradition. Astralis, a theocratic sect believing divine authority rests with the stars, they alone detect the future. They promised her that, in time, she might one day have the honor of teaching the children of the Commonwealth herself. However, she soon went her own way, insisting that the 8 scraps themselves were calling her. She started wandering again all on her own. That is, until she located Wolfred's agent. Thus her wandering ceased and the ranks of the revolution grew stronger. Tay also left a simple message: believe in the scribes. She thanked the messenger in for your report, as her companions gathered to discuss. That one, very powerful indeed, a sorceress of sorts. A certain air about her, most intriguing. She better be more careful, else they throw her right back in here with the rest of us. Small in stature was the goodly Tay, yet great indeed in spirit. Even now this knight remains in awe of her. Hurry-hoo! Tizo misses having Tay around, though is pleased to hear that she is well. Perhaps those scribes of hers yet live, for hers is a charmed life. She has the manner of a saint, that one. She knows in her heart the traditions of the scribes. The news of Tay's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. One hope. Wish Tay luck. Hey guys, hey, what happened to that Tay you brought in here sometime? You know, the loopy one, crazy hair, always handling all the merchandise. I liked her. Where's Pyre is the 50% of the account? That's cool actually. Let's get this. Expander. They're all friends about us, because I already told mine. A new page. Indigenous imps. Special mention must be given to the Downfight's most prolific native creature, which we call the imp. With all respect to our comrade, Hau, an imp himself, possessing of extraordinary intellect, most imps are driven by the simplest impulses: to eat, to drink, to procreate, to move, and to survive. These creatures, then, are symbols of this place. They're far more resilient than they seem. Though wild by nature, they, like all of us, can learn. How it seems that imps are willing to be put to work by other aspects of the downside. They wish more than to exist, but to exist with purpose. Alright, I'm gonna commence the right. Commander finds you as everyone's preparing for the coming right against the Essence. Despite this meaning yet another confrontation with her blood sister, she seems very calm. I know what you're thinking, reader darling, so let me assuage any misgivings you might have. It'll be strictly business between me and Tamita this time. Believe me, I know there's nothing I can do for her. I am nothing to her, but I can still be used to all of you. I got Tamita in here as I was tired of our kind throwing ourselves against Commonwealth lances. Maybe this plan of ours might finally ensure an end to all of that. She flies off to join the others just as night begins to fall and usher in the stars. I've done this. No, I haven't yet. I've never repaired the plugging to your Pyre. Check 6 shoulders. Or shall we turn from
Jack's 6 shoulders.
Each down an additional 5 to your Pyre.
Sylvia's horse-headed.
Alright. Let's hope I don't die.
Hark now, you exiles of the Nightwings. The 8 scribes summon you to the Isle of Kael'mer. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Essence. Whose ever pyre yet burns ere the break of dawn shall surge forward on the path to glory. Now prepare yourselves.
Once more does this Commonwealth filth darker than already in auspicious night. Commander remains steady along your fellow exiles, and shows no response to being the presence of a blood sister once again. Commander looks right at her the entire time she speaks, but never once acknowledges her directly. But there is no more need for any talk between our kind. We are forever at cross purposes, so for the proof is needed, then the circumstances under which we meet. Commander does not acknowledge her. You sense only that she is focused on the right, set to commence at any moment now.
Who shall it be this time? Sir Gilman. Wolfred.
Prepare yourself, everyone. Come forth, you Commonwealth scum. Sisters, show them no quarter.
Already does your adversary's flame begin to flicker. Wolfred banished.
Oh, shit.
Tamatha thrusts herself into the searing flame. The orb. Deliverance.
Huh.
She soared right in. The Nightwings' pyre burns brighter for now. Their flame has died a little. There.
Huh.
Their pyre sputters. Resplendent. Your victory's at hand. That's it.
Huh.
And it is done. The Nightwings once again prevail. Alas, that their adversaries failed to stop them.
That was probably the quickest match I've ever
The
done.
right is done.
Defeated we are. Then I hope that you shall see your Commonwealth again with your own eyes, so that you can watch it burn.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. Sir Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly kind as was.
This night wonders at times about why we are here, which forces us to conspire to bring us here together. Has Underking Oris himself taken an interest in this noble quest? Banish you more faster than usual. Yeah. Oh,
Even a traitor heart like Tamatha can
good,
learn
good a time
something.
as any to say thanks for having me along on this strange new journey of yours, reader darling.
Until the stars align.
After you vanquish the essence with great prowess, there is little time for you to rest. As yet, the night beckons, and the next breath reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. He heads out straight away, and you follow, in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar now, burns ever brightly. The path of freedom is laid bare before you. Pursue it. Follow soldier. The dissident, eh? Already the Nightwing summoned back to Mount Eldervale. Picture the right as a wheel broken free from a black light. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances here. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back to the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look upon their exile with fondness. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are those among us whom we count on to prevail in the right. We need them on the Nightwing just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes, these choices affect us all. No pressure there, my girl. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Yes, Rodario. You approach Rodario, who seems to be busy explaining something to Sir Gilman. And so, fainting left against them proves to be reliable. They all lead with their right wings when they choose to strike. They are quick, but can leave themselves quite vulnerable. Such sage counsel, madam! This knight feels most emboldened. Truly ever again be forced to confront the harrowing remnants in single combat. Pray you never shall. Being here, I suppose it is unlikely. She notices you then. Reader, the good knight and I were just comparing survival strategies we picked up on the blood border, reminiscing on old times, it could be called. Indeed, the good Dario has volunteered to become this knight's master-at-arms, should we ever achieve our liberty together, and this knight humbly accepted. No. What? I say no such thing. I owe you nothing, worm. Ah, but the finest lessons are the harshest made, madam. This knight is overjoyed that you thusly claim to training with your protege. Reader, spare me, please. We somehow managed to steer the subject back onto military tactics. This knight is most impressed with your familiarity with the final point of being sliced to ribbons by the harrowing remnants, Master Reader. Sir Gilman and Rodario continue the conversation for some time. You sense they are in relatively good spirits, all things considered. Sylvia's horse faded without warning from the cinders and the unsteady rock that gushed forth from the sea and soil at the foot of Black Basin rose the mare titan Sylvius. She broke the land between her burning hooves, winning vengeance upon those who plotted dullness. We, the eight, were divided then, and blinded by the smoke, and heat, and thunder, but for the grace of Master Triestatis, all would have been lost. With unwavering confident concentration did Saint Triesta then invoke the old enhancements inscribed upon the holy scepter which she bore. The land burst into starlight, rendering Sylvius in twain. Her visage now strikes fear into the hearts of the foul kind, but not ours. Shack six shoulders. Much can be learned of bravery from the tale of Haup the Swallow, the imp who alone felt the monster and altogether terrifying bone titan called Shack six shoulders. Six shoulders sat listless, his appalling frame refusing to be budged. None dared approach the withered fiend whose plague itself had spread across half the valley floor. Whose plague had spread half across the valley floor. Undeterred, Haup sprang into action. We but watch, the little one. He flew into the gaping maw of Shack and lodged himself inside the monster's throat. Shack began then to cough and cough and cough until the valley shook. Shack six shoulders breathed his last and fell. His pursuit flesh then fizzled and was gone, yet our infant remained. Once more you have returned to me. What is it, reader? Nothing? Nothing? Alright. Let's do this all again sometime. Let's continue. Then Famita shall gain favor. Wolfred shall gain favor. You make a landing upon Mount Elodale, where Wolfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-fight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiment once again. This means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. No, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is to not contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. No. Sandra, speak to me, Sandra. Liberated. The bundle of 16 is now hanging in the rafters. She wanted you to keep it. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Permita visit the monument of Gorgolanthian here in Emperor's Hall. I have to hand it to you, Permita. You have a real gift for getting yourself into one bad situation after another. Now here you are, praying to the dead to bring the stars back. Is that it? Maybe you get out of here this time. Things might be even worse back home. Soon, she is finished paying her respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Gorgolanthian has shown you favor. You soon shall ascend the mountains, though there is time now to pursue your vocations. What? Permita? Permita is staring out the window as you approach. I've missed flying, little darling. Take it from me, it feels as good as you'd expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here if they can get their fingers on us. They make sure we never fly again if we want it. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something, You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught you of my kind? We don't wish to know what you have learned of the harps. You know the violence they have caused. The harps of the Hiring Remnants have despoiled the Commonwealth for an entire age. You know that they have suffered. The long-held enmity between the harps and the Commonwealth has led the winged race to ruin. You know you share a common ancestor. They said that when some of the ancient harps relinquished their wings. Oh, no problem, Katarumia. Take your time. They said that when some of the ancient harps relinquished their wings, the conflict began. You know little of the kind. Among our rumors and folktales are to be taken with a healthy dose of skepticism. Share a common ancestor. You understand that long ago there was only one tribe. They flew together and conquered the known world, but some of their descendants were born different. These wingless ones had little choice but tend the land with the hands of their flesh. Over time, the wingless were disavowed, abandoned, and said that they were born under dark stars. In time, they formed the Empire, and they fought back. Not all the wing and the wingless were at odds, and famous hubs such as Sentry and Startis proved kinship could be possible. Nonetheless, old hatreds are not so easily assuaged. That this is fairly accurate to our account of things. So, in a manner, you yourself are sister to me. My kind certainly are known for their good sense of humor, I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty until I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views there certainly are something, but there's a bleakness to it too. Being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire for revenge. We are very proud like that. Everybody vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way, we just might get a shot of the prince. The prince. Your understanding is that the males of the harp are all gone, though perhaps one remains. They made as poison spiders do and will slay each other in their sleep. Continue the line, if it even exists. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking I'd rather enjoy the traveling we've done. Change of scenery does me some good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all this. In fact, I'm affecting for some wandering right now, if you'll excuse me. He heads out of the wagon into the quiet solitude of Mount Ordodale. Oh wait, I wanted to see the book. Salium, the 5th of 12th moon, 837 AS. Here we go again, another opportunity to liberate one of our own. Wolfred suggests that the plan in the Commonwealth has hit a few snags. His agents need all the help they can get over there. That's mentor for the first time. Having gleaned knowledge from the Book of Rites can impart some of his teachings. As each exile's path toward enlightenment is personal, you have to mentor them one at a time. Mentor Bertrude. Very well then, educate us if thou canst. You illustrate to Bertrude some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all three in the triumvirate can move and act as of one mind. You essentially grab some of the concepts. This land, so rife with electric knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth, you learn the stuff of fear itself. Defensiveness while figuring. Yeah. Yeah. My knowledge of the rites is more extensive than we first surmised. Continue. Dario, again favor from the scribes along this route. En route to the mountain top, you pass by a monument to Under King Ores, and Judario happened to take notice. You scrubs are quite predictable, and the others were naive, thinking our opportunities at freedom were indefinite. So, now you have to make the most of every chance, is that not so? I fail to see how there is any different than before. Soon she is finished paying her respect. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Under King Ores has shown her favor. Let's gain 3 glory. No worries, Captain Romeo. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of Scribe's Gate before an archrift carved of stone, where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned. Even the cycle of the rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this, softly, for some reason. And you, Tariq? And you, Tariq? Do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you, come forth and state what is it that you seek with Scott's Scribe's Gate? One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Wolfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You, I see you wear the raiments once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he, who fell from the summit long ago, he lives, and he seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now, and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. A splinter faction of the Scribe's most favorite triumvirate. I remember well the contemporary who you mean. Them, the Nightwings stand divided. Yes. And so I wear the raiment once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I and Wolfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. He considers Wolfred's words for a moment. I see. Then, move along. The guardian of the Scribes Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tariq? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it, I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us as close as separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. And then the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. Having reached the peak of Mount Audiodale again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions ought to go free this night, as Tay did the last time. Yes, Wolfred? Wolfred looks up as you approach and smiles. I never thought that I would say such things, my girl, but it is good to wear the raiment in the rights once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. I was a triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4 with Kizo, who proved to be an exception. Though, historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I've mentioned my predecessor, Brighton, and my former companions, Arisa and Oralek. Perhaps naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attend. But seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. Wolfred invites you to inquire about the former Nightwings. Brighton, thus far you have heard only passing reference to Wolfred's predecessor of the Nightwings. You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to when Wolfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. So, for that matter, my girl, so do you. He studies your reaction for a moment, then. Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for religion misconduct. I do not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Arisa and Oralek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Oralek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I would soon hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book which you know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Wolfred looks at you as if to see if you yet take its meaning. You see, my girl, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the triumvirate which liberated him. Oh, the voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars align, is his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than the Archjustice Androbel's the Knight himself. What? The Grand Judge and Figurehead under whose watch the government, the Grand Judge and Figurehead under whose watch the Commonwealth is governed in this day. Those who violate the law of the Commonwealth face sentencing by the appointed Archjustice. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear fuss and raiment simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Your public parts are nothing but a fabrication, like Brighton. You were once exiles too. Brighton. The voice. He has no love for either one of us right now. He knows full well what we attempt to do, yet he is bound by the traditions of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows deep down that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exiles such as we.
Harold is the Khan.
Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunchest supporters for a time. If that's a path you wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? Arisa. She betrayed Arisa, causing the Nightwings to fall apart. Why would she do such a thing? You asked about Arisa, who you understand betrayed Oralek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my girl, but I suppose you ought to know something of Arisa's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Arisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts, you could see it plainly branded on her face, charged with the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the Blood Border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. His father never quite recovered after this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Arisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day, it was all too much for her, so when he lashed out at her, she struck back. She struck back again and again and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cut to the downside for her crime, while her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Arisa always was insensitive in the manner, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the hiring remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Oralek was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think it was simply evil, nor do I think that it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in the final moments in the Shimmer pool, she understood what she had done and the depths to which she had fallen. Well, yes, I must admit that I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside and the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Arisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes. Now then, is there something else? The demon whom you met, what was he like before? Were he and Wolfred close? You asked about what Oralek was like when he and Wolfred first became acquainted. Wolfred remained silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed at the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Oralek who found me. It was Oralek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you. A gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Oralek had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sought in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed. So he tried to use his status to negotiate the treaty with the hiring remnant. It must have gone about how you expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to store his plans again, they cast him to the downside.
Terekradedas.
Here, he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long, he grew to be one of the finest rites conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the triumvirate were later filled by Erisa and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that, with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Wolfred breathed a heavy sigh.
Noretan dieven.
He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now, I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold, still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan, not by Orlek or anyone. As I said before, we share a higher calling. Now. As for Orlek, he wants his freedom still, although I wonder if he remembers why.
Senade veracitas.
Anyway, was there something else, my girl? Ask about Brighton. This former exile of the Nightwing is none other than the voice you hear at times. Erisa, hers was a tragic life, cut short in a desperate attempt at freedom at Orlek's expense. The vengeful demon who you met was once a physician and a friend of Wolfred. We do not wish to dredge up any more of Wolfred's old memories for now. You bid Wolfred a good afternoon and leave him with his memories.
Condiame ligaratus.
My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much further we have yet to go. Greetings to you, lovely reader. I am at your disposal.
Me Francis.
Hey guys, so like I don't know what's going on up there with all them stars acting all real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody, and I mean anybody in the downside. So you can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead, suck up. So, be seeing you guys. Downside salesman. Survival often is conflicted with the physical. When we think of survival, we assume the need to sustain our bodies or improve our bodies. The strong survive. But take it from an alpha chief, there are different kinds of strength. The spirit is what drives us. By comparison, the body's impulses are weak. Here in the downside, faith is found in limited supply. Trinkets and mere baubles that would barely fetch a price in our homeland here are talismans. Take talismans that mean something to you. Hold on to one that you hold dear. It shall reward you with reminders of your faith, your power, your potential. Anything? No? Do nothing? Okay, Sandra. Canvas wings. Oh, wait, let me. Hmm. Commence the liberation rite. Once more you have gained the 4 sodium, where one among you may go free. But first you shall have to prevail against the dissidents in the liberation rite. Reader, the companions are gathered here under the fall. We shall be counting on you.
Barushta.
Indeed, as the cycle of the rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance. Though, let us not despair should victory elude us here.
Tastan Urigasertas.
We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. There is to say, good luck, my girl, at this time. And there goes your Pyre.
Dullness the locket. Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the liberation rite. Even as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust the dissidents, your adversaries, shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
The Pyre's burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The Pyre's burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the dissidents, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respect you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Barker bursts out from some hidden corner, laughing as he pauses his mask. A real pleasure to be here, mates. Surely, Barker Ash paws. Call me Barker though, alright? By the by, it was a real pisser getting here, you know. Begging your pardon, Barker Ash paws. You thusly speak upon the summit of the sacred mountain. Oh, my, so terribly to offend you there, lassie. I forgot we got the stars up there to make me watch my language. Though, let's get one thing straight, lassie. I don't give a bother for your sacred mountain, so you take it and you shove it. You're my pack, we're just here for the laughs, you got that? The other side ain't any better than this one. We ain't interested in your freedom. But, just the same, we're gonna get it, take it from those real little babes. They're so antsy for it. Hear that, you Nightwing? You better put up a good fight here, or I ain't gonna be happy. Understand? Then he shoved his mask back on. Right, come on then, let's hurry up and get this damn thing started. Nightwings, on your decision, on whose behalf you shall conduct the liberation rite. Reader, I would ask you to choose wisely, but I am sure you know no other way. And you, prepare your song, Pyre. Of course, Celeste.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
Well, honestly, I think it's time. It's time to say goodbye to Dario. Yeah, I think it's time to say goodbye to Dario. It's our time.
Jodariel,
If that is your wish.
who shall lend her support? Tizo.
Tizo seems very determined to support Dario.
Bertrude.
We shall lend our support to that one then.
It is done.
Alright then, mates. No more waiting, no more holding back. Let's rid them to shred. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Commence.
Rock speed. Indeed. Oh shit. What in the? Alright mate, something's gone funny with that orb, I can tell. Better laugh it up while we still can, eh? Indeed, something strange seems to have happened in the celestial orb. It shudders now as though possessed of the same chaotic power as your adversary. Huh. Oh shit.
Now go. And there it is, at last. The Nightwings proved their worth. Their adversaries they defeated utterly. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth.
Got speak Swawulu
The
indeed.
adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
What a joke. You was thinking we were gonna make him cry after all this. Come on mate, I heard you right. I've right had him in a stuck up place. Let's get out of here already, eh? after all this time. He turns her gaze toward the rest of you. I never thought this day would come. I have to thank of you to thank this for me, for doing this for me. The life that I recalled back in the Commonwealth was at times difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this. If that place is still like the Commonwealth I left so long ago, then I have strived to make it better, for as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool, though you can still hear her voice, though faintly now. Farewell then, reader, all of you, for now. Yudario earned back her freedom. Yudario is set to return to the Commonwealth and leave the downside forever. May she return in glory.
Godspeed, Captain Jodariel. The 8 scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible. May the scribes have mercy on us all.
The stars continue fading, the chance to liberate your fellow exiles grows scarcer, but more frequent. And also is a bit disappointed, isn't he? You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the dissidents, the liberation, right? Caesar reaches the Dario a safe journey home. With that, we make good of all such incidents. You succeeded in liberating Dario, who will return to the Commonwealth in glory. We have but such a few liberation rights remaining. Exactly how many, I do not wish to speculate about. As yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances that would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed. Although all these setbacks, I fear, will fret trails off and fall silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the rite soon ending, everything which Wolfred has sought both on his own for many years, and now with all of you, all of it may have been in vain, the harsh spreads to the others. But not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turns to you, their expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? As you meet Sir Gilman's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching to find the right words. Search for the words to say your fellow exile. Search for the words to say to your fellow. Direct, because it's a different angle of this. You're searching to find the right words as all your fellow exiles are looking to you now. You tell them that you have always chosen your words with care. You tell them that you have press the rate to lock in your speech. You tell them that you all have stood together time after time throughout this quest and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. You tell them that you are not going to mince words with anyone here. You tell them that you have all struggled to have come this far across the downside. You have all struggled to come this far to the downside. No many challenges which you have faced, only to reach this low point in your journey. No many challenges. This low point in your journey. It is clear now that not all of you are going to return. Your path to freedom is still laid bare before you all. None of you pursue this quest with any guarantee. You feel that now all of you are going to return. Yes, wait on everyone. Each of you, this outcome was a possibility. Your path to freedom is too late. Be fair. True freedom is not waiting for you in the path is difficult enough without the added burden of despair. Just wait heavily on everyone. Meanwhile, the stars themselves are shining upon you. The Commonwealth is already Commonwealth is already unhealed. There. The troubles are only beginning. Your You have to resist the forces that will crush you. The injustices committed on the other side cannot continue. You have this opportunity to live with purpose. You all stand poised to ensure the world will be left behind for your loved ones. Now is the time to stand and fight the forces that oppose you. Now stand and fight the forces that oppose you for your own sake. For those who do not fight, do not prevail. If you can believe any of this, then believe above all in each other. Trust that you may yet prevail together. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last settlement with the group. The stars have not vanished, they have joined us. Then you join the others in silence. Thus you do remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, but then... Ah, the struggles you describe, O Master Reader. It has been glorious, indeed. Wherever you shall lead, this night shall follow without stopping once, even to think. You truly believe that your Commonwealth can change its ways then, Reader darling? I suppose that I may yet come to believe it too. Tivo vows to stand with you, no matter where your quest shall lead. May long the stars remain a light for you, Reader Madam. All the while, Wolfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens and he smiles. You are right, of course, my girl. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. The stars have not vanished. They have joined us. Lead us then, Reader, to the end of our quest, in the dawn of a new age for all our kings. Everyone, for the Nightwings! Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you, no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury, because now the last Reich's beckon. Each of the Nightwings gain 1 plus hope. Permanently, the stars have joined us. The stars above now burn with what appears a desperate fury, many more of them than usual. The path of yours is choose. Your path is yours to choose amid the myriad of stars. You can choose from all of them basically. The stars of the 8 scribes, they shine together now, as one. The lone minstrel draws a breath, and though surprised by what he sees, he backs away and averts his eyes. Here is another sign that the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. The stars tell them the 8 of stars are fading. You only have a handful of chances left to liberate your fellow exiles. The stars continue to vanish. There cannot be many opportunities at liberty remaining. If the others grow anxious, not all of them shall make it out of here. Then we shall keep each other's company. Ores. The stars revealed you toward the path of Ores, where the ride shall soon continue. Come morning, the travel shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. After the liberation of Judario, you find the lone minstrel back in the wagon, looking as though no such thing had just occurred this night. You think you see him tilt his head as you approach. Some words of congratulations are in order for this evening, I should think, reader. And so, congratulations on prevailing in the liberation rite. Surely Judario shall be most grateful, and a safe return unto your Commonwealth ought benefit the plan in which you all now play a part. As for your adversaries of the dissidents, this must have been a bitter loss for them and Barker, although they must have known their chance was far from certain. Thus shall we all await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. Celeste and I are to return to our respective duties for the time, as now subscribes get the seal. I await when next we shall all meet, when next we may yet live up to the glory of the Nightwings in the eyes of the inscribed, which yet shine down for us. He trails off, then nods to you in his cordial manner, and bids you a good rest of the evening. Dull is the locket. Doubtless you have seen Black Basin, whose seething creatures yet spew noxious flame and vapor at the stars. Then you have seen the remnants of the wrath of Dolonis, also caught the locket, for within himself he held the fires and the rage which shaped this very land. The Ash Titan, he did threaten to devour us as we delved deeper in the region of the downside, till we at last outsmarted him. Quench his flames we did, when we lured an inauspicious storm in his way, and so, whilst the Ash Titan has fled, the stopping coward, you can see Tandy remain. The blackened crack shall forever bespeak the danger which he poised. Dissident. I, myself, Hauk, did form the distance under this simple tenet: those who do not belong, belong. The other scribes, some of them showed at first reluctance to allow an imp, and one accursed to designate one of the dying crown. But Myrrh, the horned one, stubborn as he was, stood by my side. In time, they came to understand, for I remained as ever at their side, a living bit of proof of their absurdity. Their descendants are an extension of my audacity. Those who do not adhere, they are not to be discarded, underestimated, or dismissed. They are as necessary as are those against whom they rebel. Onward. The fallen Emperor Sahur was ruled according to an ancient bloodline thought to be infallible. Our society shall instead be by those who earn the privilege. We, the eight, cannot bear the burden of determining your worth. It shall be determined by your peers and by you, yourself. We shall provide the framing through the rights to put you to the test against yourself, against your kin, against your adversaries. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus freedom to the worthy. As the worthy, your true calling then begins. As you return to a society which longs to learn the wisdom you have gained along your path. The worthy shall lead. Oh wait, that's sent you out there somewhere. What do you want? Nope, there's nothing. There is no time now to return to Midnight Echo as before, as the stars already urge you on. Everyone is ready to make haste for the heart of Oris. Oh, yeah, feel free to get it. Wolfred approaches you as you fly above its hidden lair, the Moonlight Echo. You cannot help but wonder if you shall ever return there. Oh dear Echo, I'll ask my agents to break down the place. This soon shall be gone, if it isn't already. It shall not be returning. We have not the time to do so, anyway. And with all light back among the living now, and no longer fond of me, I dare not think what he would do with it. Unfortunately, hiding places are of little value once they are found. Once all of this is over, those of us who do not manage to return, we shall have to find another place to live, to try to live, at least. The Hulk of Oris has drifted here upon the sea for longer than one might expect. Perhaps you have already read of the Doomship's demise in the embrace of unflattered Thrones. Some say it was the sea itself which preserved the ship's remains, then properties within the water, sea creatures binding together ruined planks of wood. Those such as yourself and the withdrawn know another truth, I gather. The stars will not align with the record. If it did not have a greater significance, then first appears. May you have good fortune there during the coming rite. The current hub of Ores is teeming with fish. You touch down at the Sea of Solids, where you first encountered Sir Gilman and the Pyre hut. We shall soon carry on by sea, though for now we have some time to spare. Explore Under King Pass. You spend a quiet afternoon in the sprawling waters of Under King Pass, surveying the area with some of your companions. My search yields nothing. Likewise, the truth? We have discovered not of any consequence. Your investigation yields nothing of note. The three of you return to the wagon for the remainder of the day, where you should have time to pursue your vocation. Sea of Solace. Beyond a shadow, sickly gulf, our void grew increasingly forbidding and much harder to explain. How could a sea exist here, at the bottom of the world? We could not deduce whence sprang the caresses of ancient sailing ships we found throughout the Sea of Solace, though the warnings that they signified were duly noted. It was here we first met Ores, called the Underking, who brazenly assaulted us for stiff, for we had trespassed in his waters. But the Underking relented. While he witnessed Solier Murrow in all his doom and glory, soon he would side with us. Then, with the Underking, we sailed forth into a tempest beyond reasoning or measure. I think the flagging hand is the part I haven't gone through yet. Certainly, I would appreciate your point of view. You sit down with Wolfred to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rite, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense he's beginning to understand. The rite demands we act as one mind in perfect unison and harmony, and free of any doubt. I have grown more accustomed to being a part of the Nightwings of today. Banishment, as failure, is a time for careful introspection. The Hawk of Ores. Stop the wagon, now! The black wagon has shuddered to a stop en route to the Hawk of Ores. There's some commotion as Wolfred motions for everyone to be still. There, ahead, it seems we have a visitor, pointing to the distance. However, when you scan the horizon, everything is still. You see no sign of whoever Wolfred referred to. Still, it indicates caution. I am certain that I saw someone, directly in the road. A tense moment passes. Then, another. Then, Wolfred tenses up. There he is. Look there. You look toward where he signals, and then, at last, you see the cause of his concern. There is no mistaking who it is. Orlex stands there, near motionless, atop some forgotten rock jutting from the undulating waves a fair distance away. He stands directly on the path of your black wagon. Yet he shows no sign of acknowledging the wagon's presence. He appears only to be waiting for something, likely for you all. Wolfred gets your attention, quietly. Well, my girl, I'm open to suggestions here. Orlex likely hasn't come to pay a social visit. Orlex stands your path, what shall you do? Or you have a right to get to. Orlex may wish to stand in the way, but can be made to move. Rendition outside the bounds of the rites is forbidden. Orlex ought to be avoided. Orlex may be here to talk. If you reach out to him, perhaps you'll communicate in peace. Call him. There has to be a way to reason with Orlex, and bridge differences between him and his former triumvirate. Perhaps they have come to negotiate. I'm certain Aurelak is willing to be reasonable at this point, after everything he has been through. Though, I am hopeful you are right. We give the signals for the driver to start the wagon and head towards him. But just as we reach the point where Aurelak once stood, he has vanished. He was surveying our strength, perhaps. His motives are plain, but his intentions unclear. Indeed, Aurelak is nowhere to be found now. The unnerving encounter forces everyone to fall silent for the remainder of the trip. Your wagon finally arrived at the heart of Ores, where there is still no sign of Aurelak or your next adversaries for that matter. Your companions organized a quick search about the premises, leaving you to watch the wagon until the ride's commencement. Page review, the Hulk of Ores. Hey guys, special friend, you know, the big one with the horns, back frowning, stuff like that. Something happened there, or what? Is that a crazy story you just flew on out of here or something? Anyways. Typhoon bottle. Adversaries are slow and cannot use abilities. Cool. Thoughtful guy. Hopefully that's the case. Pleasure doing business with you guys, so something is wrong. Someone is here, alone, with you. Oh shit. This blocky thing is in fact its heart, which airs out from time to time. A kickset of the Sea of Solis, only a monster what can recover the heart over half the strength. Oh, hi, Aurelak. Away. Liberated. Rushing for a house height, send their ilk clear message for reminding you of the Dario. Away. Interact to speak with him? Sure. Aurelak seems to be examining various objects in the wagon. Whether he has noticed you cannot tell. What he is doing here and how he got it unnoticed, you cannot imagine. You watch him go about whatever he is doing, examining all sorts of things that you and your fellow exiles gathered on your journey. He shakes his head. All of this trinket, this wagon, it is most different now. Welcoming. And yet, I am unwelcome here, it seems. In my own wagon. He directs his gaze at you, acknowledging your presence for the first time. You, a mere shadow. Tell me something. Who are you to them? Aurelak wishes to know your connection to the Nightwings. Still, you are their reader. He may as well know the truth of it. You sense no reason to mislead him. Your relationship to this band has grown to become more than just your role in the ride. Who or what you are is of little consequence to the likes of him. Whatever he seems to be driving at, you can think of no compelling reason to comply. I'm their reader. You tell him that your role among the Nightwings is as their reader. You have traveled alongside them for some time and read the book together with the others. You're a fool then, reader. You let them use you willingly. Relay to them a message from me, Shadow. Tell them, I shall have my night. He strikes right past you towards the door, but then turns to you again once more. I shall have my night. Then Aurelak is gone. The Hulk of Ores. The Darzaban was first of many river ships to vanish in the downside. Although presumptions of its loss were not inaccurate, the doomed ship and her valiant crew had charted half of the Sea of Solace ere the end of their brave voyage. The sea titan, unfathomed Plornes, was not fond of vessels souling her sea, and split the doomed ship with a single swipe. Sir Gilman. Yeah, the ship's own shattered prow would later end the sea titan's cruel reign, as the boastful Underking loves to recount. The stars themselves must have been moved by this. That point within the sea, now sacred, has the stars dancing in homage every now and again. Regions. Alongside Pyre, Yoma Valley, Rio Solis, Deathless Tempest, Black Day. Yeah, I've even gone to the pit. Flagging hands. Sandra! Don't you have anything to say? Several of her companions returned as you exit the wagon to explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orlac. I believe you, my girl. I believe you, my girl. Orlac, he is unwell. It is good you did not come to harm. Now, let's make sure the thing can be set off the wagon. You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the black wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive-in seemed calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the ride is soon now to commence. Commence the ride. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming ride. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles, and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby, her mind corrupted, calls out, screaming. Can Tao hear it, perhaps? She speaks of the witch Udami, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. This witch, she doth a revered ancient god undying, and unyielding on this land and on her consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, but the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting here. However, 'tis a risk upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps. Bertrude seems to think that Udami can be weakened somehow through the coming ride. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with strange light. There, the star of Usach, our adversary worships it and whom we represent. The stake upon the star-reading one, if thou so darest invoke his power. Do so, and our adversary Udami shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorcery. We may yet limit her ambitions thus. Ask you to invoke the star of Usach in his right. After the adversaries left their orb, the arrow shall slowly shrink rather than vanish. The tattered mantle. Pretty swell guy, maybe. Should I attempt Usach?
Islak, astral born. The infamous raider returns, along with her remaining retinue of miscreants. You managed recently to rid yourself of yet another one. Your adversaries, the Withdrawn. As with you, they must be very desperate for their freedom. They shall not make it any easier from here.
What have we here? You have returned once more into our presence. Yes! You sent something in one year. Who? Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at the adversary. Thou, maggot, you should have known. But Bertrude does not respond. Yeah, Nightwings, that one shall be of little benefit to you. There one sorceries are mere pittance, the overriding might of exile. Soon ye shall see. Reading 1. Thou invoke the star of such. So then, beware, do our sorcery, something, which I accidentally skip. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if our own mind shall perhaps be forfeit otherwise. It seems that though the outcome of this rite, either Udome shall be permanently weakened, or Bertrude shall instead.
Choose quickly your triumvirate. Sir Gilman. Tamatha. Bertrude. Now.
Face us now, Udome, with or without the aid of thy dead god, whom thou so cherished needlessly. Now then, Nightwing, your wish to mock is such, ye in your infinite foolishness shall be among the first to suffer.
Now begin.
Oh shit.
Wherever did the Nightwings go? The orb bathes first within the Nightwings' flame.
This pathetic aspect that you're inconsequential maggots. Oh shit.
Pyre sputters.
Alright, restart for this actually. Because I don't really want to.
The fire of resolve. Go.
Oh shit. Ah,
Simply up.
let's restart. Yeah. This is the one I don't really want to lose. Alright. You shall be cast a hopeless doubt in the battlefield. God. Okay.
Choose quickly your triumvirate.
I might just increase her quickness.
Bertrude. Tizo. Sir Gilman. If that is all of them.
I'm afraid of a more terrifying foe. For the most part.
Now begin. The Nightwings assert themselves thusly.
Oh shit.
The orb. Oh.
Huh.
Glory.
One of our own. Sick of ye the lifeblood for thyself, yes. You wretched rich. Nah. Tampering with eldritch fortunes of which ye knows not. Ye forfeit everything for abomination from the stars. Coin purse. We thought perchance ye sought true enlightenment, yet ye reveal yourself to be as narrow as the things with which ye now consort. Ye such shall devour ye as all the rest. Oh shit. What? Shit.
Righteous fire. The rite is nearly ended. How sad for that one there. Ouch.
Huh.
And it is done.
Huh.
The you-know-who prevailed. May their next adversaries fare a little better. The ceremony is complete.
How can this be? How can this be? Isa, answer us. Isa, Isa. Which Udemy continued with screaming, having been defeated in the rite. You observe Bertrude there, fixing a meditative pose. There, Udemy, relent. Relent. Thy God has not abandoned thee, because thy God is dead. Thy God is dead. Pray to him with all thou likeness, yet it shall do thee no good. As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Udemy slumps down, staring at nothing before her. Impossible! This cannot be! Answer us! Answer us! Udemy suffered minus 5 hope permanently.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes. You may go now at your earliest convenience.
Our lives are about the quest to join the stars. Back at the Black Wagon, you find the lone minstrel examining your fellow exiles after they bested withdrawing a decisive victory. It's plain to you that none of them look well. The lone minstrel notices you there and turns to you. Reader, the faster turning of the cycle of the rites has put a strain on everyone. We have multiple cases of banishment sickness this time. It is fortunate that your other companions are available to conduct the coming rite, because I fear that this group here requires rest. You bid Bertrude a swift recovery and she stops quickly in response. You exchange a look with Sir Gilman, who seems exhausted after the last rite. As for Tizo, it is clear to you he wishes to be left alone right now. You leave the lone minstrel to look after them, and turn your attention to the stars that remain shining in the dark outside. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. We received that one of Wolfred's agents in the Commonwealth was taken captives and sent back to the Fed, but it changes nothing for us, I suppose. Very well then, reader. Once more you shall face Inarius in a temple when the stars align. We set course for the reach of gold at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night. Hello, my girl. Tizo and I, we were just reminiscing on old times. Ah! Tizo is happy to have Wolfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizo. I am happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though you understand why we were fought to be apart for so long, don't you? Tizo indicates that he understands full well. I trust that Tariq provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Tizo confirmed that he did enjoy traveling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. Ignarios, yeah, and there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Wolfred, sir. Wolfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tariq, we are well enough for now. Tizo and I, we were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. It was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo had the sharpest instinct of us all. But the bite he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? Indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It's a good reminder that, despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, I can say the same, sir. Tizo shares the sentiment as well. Wolfred turns to you. I should apologize, my girl. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we are skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that, you know, we are strange assortment, are we not? Those who share kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it, but it should not be to the exclusion of the friendship that we forge right now. So please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together, you, Wolfred, Tizo, and the lone minstrel talk about, oh wow, the times gone by. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experiences in the past. Just the same, they have welcomed you back into the group. In despite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon the conversation winds down, though it lifted all your spirits for the while. Unwell and unwell.
Norem casteja. Tempra agitensa.
Can pursue your vocations. We'll be on the Sigils. Crystal 6 Wolfred.
Instrusamtis.
What's on her mind?
Nemraj and
Please, reader, leave me be. I ask that you leave me be. Go about your business. Go, which the stars died out, and let your idiots get your idiots their freedom.
Sorerita de Rarcos.
And you be sure to tell that herald with whom you consort that Sandra the Unseen did her job. You tell him that. Perhaps that way he shall put in a good word. The scrap shall finally provide for me a bit of a pride. He falls silent for a time. I do not know what else to do, reader. But you remain with her, letting her draw whatever strength and comfort from your thoughts as you are able to afford. That was kind of you. However, let's conduct our business. I care not for your pity. Do not come visit me again, like this, without my asking. I insist. I shall greatly oblige, my reader, who is to be the lucky one this time. Okay, let me see. Oh shit, I wanted to. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Volfred.
Spetalo
A
melaste.
fancy talking sap, you mean? I shall be interested to see if you have learned something since we last sparred like this. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon Volfred appears to heed of the summons.
Nimsaru Tistera.
So, it is my turn then, is it? Then, let us see what we can do, my girl. This Preparation Sandra appears and unfastens her mask.
Rama farushen.
Listen well, Sap. You answer to me here.
Namorente.
As you will, oh Sandra. As you will, oh Sandra the Unseeing.
Strametas.
Proper as ever, then. Though I wonder if you have the wherewithal that you project.
Pansare
Show me
tatach.
then what you can do without the benefit of those whom you lead. And let us see if you and your lovely reader has reached a thorough understanding as of yet. Oh shit. Huh. Huh. I'm grateful for the privilege of your time, Cassandra.
Jetamo tempo.
Flattery shall never get you anywhere with me, Sap. Nonetheless, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test.
Mon protege
Thus,
paloge.
congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell.
Serio
I have not
Cupralet.
seen Cassandra in some time. She has not changed a bit. But it would seem she left something for us, did she? Use bowl. Accept the reward. Explore Blooming Pool. Yeah, and Pyre made a quick search of the rolling hills of Blooming Pool. However, you find nothing of note. You sound a little cruel, reader darling, but we're wasting our time. Let's head back. We return to the Black Wagon, where the others are preoccupied with their own pursuits. You should have time enough to pursue your vocation. Something Vulcan Ron. Enlightenment here. Got the crabs. Oh,
You are nothing, reader. Nothing but a mindless child. Your every action is a stain upon the legacy of the 8 scribes. The rites have been a long-held secret to keep out those such as you.
you awake from what little sleep you managed this past night. Once more, the voice tormented you within your dreams. You attempt to read your memory of it. If the voice truly is that of the Archjustice, Androbels, the Knight himself, as Wilfred indicated, then none of you are likely to receive too warm a welcome should you regain your freedom. Here in the lonesome downlands of the downside prairie, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. The news this time pertains to Judario, whom you liberated in the Fall of Solium. You learn Judario's past transgressions have all been forgiven. She soon was to be reinstated on the blood border on the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Veil, for a demon such as she could not be seen this week. First Veil, an elite blood border platoon, shot in secrecy, other than the famous results of its operations. The Commonwealth Veiled leaders always were surrounded by sentinels in similar garb. But she refused a gesture, rather bluntly the report suggests. Instead she sought for Wolfred's agents, as well as several of her former fostered sons and daughters, and so the rest of the revolution grew stronger. The last part of the messenger imp's news must have been damaged in transit, although it appears to be in Judario's own words. All you can tell is that it says, await. You thank the messenger in for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news. Having someone of Judario's real stature with us on the other side shall pave the way toward a brighter future. Tush! Wonder what the rest of the message say. You can envision it. A demon such as she, let loose within the Commonwealth. She is an inspiration to us all! Or, to this night, she is at least. Cree-hoo-hoo! Tizo is fired up over the news of Judario's return to the Commonwealth. The news of Judario's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. You have one hope. Wish Judario luck. Hey guys, let me bring to here again. Let me guess, the final news in all the downside. That's what, am I right? No. Street be security. If only. Permanently gains. One quickness, one hope. Very pure under the pure starlight, said to hit instead of whoever imbues it for a long time. I'll get one, I guess. Must be a lucky day here. I don't know what that. Okay. No? Okay. Commence the rite. Once more you have returned to the reach of goal, and your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky, awaiting the commencement of the rite. You overhear some of their words to one another as you await the signal in the stars. We predict that woe shall soon befall the tempest. Indeed, prepare yourselves, everyone. Just then you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above, and your companions soon fall silent.
The tattered mantle by Ananthius. Still very cross with you, you know. To think I saw in you a worthy heir. Not just to the legacy of the Nightwings, but to the future of the Commonwealth. That traitor Wolfred. Only a fool would be seduced by his audacious promises and his dangerous ideas. That, dear reader, would make you a fool. I have no choice but to explain it thus, so even you could understand. Now for this blasted right. Some of us still have our duties to uphold.
Hey, who wants a piece of us again? It's the damn Nightwings. You to knock us down a peg or two again, I guess. Well, at least you got old curly horns out this time. I gotta give you that. One look at her, and you know that she was too good for this place. So maybe that ain't saying all that much. Iggy, any of you Nightwings here again? You tell her something for me. You let her know Iggy says hi. You let her know. So that she'll remember some dumb lunk like me. Then Ignario shows on his mask. Alright, Tempest, let's give it to them like we still got a chance.
Who shall besmirch the Nightwing's name?
Well, can only choose.
Wolfred.
Keras.
Tizo. It is done.
Oh, I'm ready for them. Alright, you damn Nightwings, let's see what you got.
Begin. Engulfed within the aura.
Ah, shit.
The orb bathes first within the Nightwing's flame. As per the sacred law. That Pyre's flames grow weak.
Huh.
Verily. Do you believe you can prevail in this? Disaster. Your pyre shall soon be ashes on the ground. Glory to the scribes.
You Nightwings, you've been practicing, ain't ya? And what about you, Iggy? You're just a wash-up old goat. You're true. How long gonna keep at this getting wicker and wicker? Worse and worse, huh? Come on then, Nightwing, finish it already. You will, yeah? Sooner we wrap this up, the sooner we all can catch up shut-eye and put it every damn day.
Quite the close call there, no?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Huh.
A blow against the adversary's pyre. Now go on, just once more. A mere attempt. A rather cunning trick. Your adversary's pyre now burns brighter than your own.
Huh.
And it is done. Fine, yes, the Nightwings did prevail. They hardly deserved it, though, if you ask me.
Please.
The right is ended.
Ugh, the Templars were damn unstoppable, but this again?
There is much to learn from this experience.
A hidden power, a terrible, unriddled fury seems to have awakened within Fizo. Oh no, he seems very enthusiastic about it.
Praise be to Haub the Swallow. Now go and wallow in the downside for a while.
There proves little time for rest at the Black Wagon after your fellow exiles overcame the Templars after a few close calls. Those afflicted with banishment sickness seem to be doing better, at least, and express gratitude to Volfred, Tizo, and Perimeter for their efforts. Just then, the lone minstrel appears before you. No words escape his lips. You can guess full well what he has come to indicate to you, and follow him back out into the darkness. The stars above seem to be few and fading, yet one still shines defiant. The path to freedom reveals itself once more. A chance at liberty presents itself again. I do not know yet whom to choose this time. The group is so accommodating. Yet, I know they look to me to make the best decision for us all. Sir Deluge. You notice that the lone minstrel is standing there with you. He's standing there with you, regarding the night sky. The Gate Guardian and I, we have paid witness to the liberation rites upon the four Solian for a long time. We have seen so much, and so I am a bit taken aback, is all, to see something which I have never seen. We look upon the stars together for a while, then I wish for you good fortune and the wisdom of the scribes on your ascent. The lone minstrel lives you there alone under the night. It has grown very late and you need rest. The Black Wagon shall have to take flight again come morning. Let's read these pages. Valentius. How very crafty of our muzzled friend Yomer, the one quite so diminutive as he did to prevail against the high-fighter called Valentius. The spoiler of the valley, Valentius did fall at last into a deadly trap, which doubtless he deserved. Crushed under the weight of 16,000 tons of beetle dung, he was. Though how our Yomer gathered all this stuff only to send it crashing down, he has refused to say. From the high-fighter flowed the fresh, rejuvenating spring, which gladdens up that valley's desolation quite a bit. As for Yomir, why, he and his legendary jawblade are our most impressive mark of valor, to which this one aspires. Impressive work, Yomir. Tender battle. Well known is the treachery of the rope collar, who conspired against the Emperor of Sahar and set in motion the Empire's collapse. The knave did journey to the downside after us. Our path they never crossed, though he did meet his end. He wore the tattered mantle wrought by the first Empress, and is worn in every generation hence. The living mantle whispered wisdom in his wearer's ear, but in the downside it cried out instead in protest. When the rope collar retreated to his horrid owl far at sea, the mantle gained new life, conjoining with the native imps. The imp titan was born and grabbed then the rope collar in its first and last embrace. The Templars, Mur, the Horned One, formed the Templars upon his own ideals. Engraved in his triumvirate are basic truths about the dual roles of strength and gentleness. The Horned One, he has had a dualistic nature for as long as he and I consider it a friend. The stories I have told about Mer's youth describe no one I know. All of us are capable of more. I was once an imp that could not write. Mer was once a man that could not think. The Tempers were once ordinary folk. Now they rise to greatness, always striving, never overreaching. They are not like Mer himself. Rather, they are what Mer wished he could be. And with that, I think we'll call it a stream. So I think we are kind of quickly approaching an end. I think I suspect we'll be done in one more stream or two. Let me just double check how many people I have left. Probably a stream or two. So that'll be exciting. So anyway, thanks guys for coming around as always. Always appreciate it. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Oh god, I have like no word. Just seeing how this all plays out again. Like, it's been a long time since I played this game, so I don't really actually remember a lot of it. So yeah, it's cool. It's nice to finally come back to this and like see everything unfold once again. Like, definitely a lot of things like surprised me again. Like, I don't remember the whole part where you talk of Orlac. Yeah, no problem, Captain Room. Yeah, I enjoy it. You know, I kind of cheated. I did my one cheat and restarted one right, but you know, I hope people don't mind. But yeah, anyway, thanks for dropping by. Always appreciate it. You know, started a bit late because I overslept, but that's how it goes. Yep, that's fantasy basketball with the sheep and the goat, with the ram and the goat. Yeah. So next week we'll be back with more Pyre. I'll put the event up as always. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll probably be done in probably the next 2 streams most likely. So that'll be fun. So yeah, anyway, thanks guys, and hope you're enjoying this series so far, even with all the reading I have to do, even if not the best. And yeah, anyway, enough babbling like always. So thanks again, and I'll see you next week for more Pyre. Goodbye.